Thank you for tuning in to LezView, where we tackle the most interesting topics in the LGBT community. Jack, are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It was just kind of crazy there for a moment, but that's what we do here at LezView. Tonight we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, one that I believe is going to, bring some controversy to this already diverse panel that we have. We're in Pride season, good people, right? We have general prides going on all over the United States. We have also this notion of Black gay prides happening all over the United States. So what is the need of having two prides? Is there a need of having two prides? Now, personally, this topic is, very, very, very near and dear to my heart. It is because I was one of the founding board members of Charlotte Black Gay Pride, the first Black Gay Pride celebration in the city of Charlotte. And I remember whenever we first started, planning this thing, saying that we wanted a Black Gay Pride here, and so many people asked me that very question: why do we already have a Pride celebration? Why do we have to have another one? And the first thing that came out of my mouth was that it was time for us to celebrate our Black gay culture and to allow others to embrace and also celebrate our Black gay culture. I'm not sure if many of you know, the first Black Gay Pride was held in Washington, D.C. over 25 years ago. That was a long time ago that we had our very first Black Gay Pride. Now we have them in D.C., we have them in Atlanta, we have one in Charlotte, which we're in the midst of, and we have them, in all over the United States now, and also internationally. There's one in South Africa now that the International Federation of Black Gay Prides works with. Wow. So, it's really branching out, and it's really allowing, Black folks to say, you know what, we have ownership in this Pride season too, and we have the ability to come together and celebrate our culture. But that's just my take on the situation, and I'm very, very firm in that, so no one can sway me. But I'm just curious, as to others' thoughts on, is there really a need to have two separate prides, meaning Black and then one general pride?
I'll speak to that. Since everyone's looking at me. Okay, so. I know that I've spoken to different groups, a Latin American group and white group, and they're offended. They're offended by a Black gay pride because they say, well, does that mean that pride is not good enough? Is it not good enough for you? And, what is it? What are your needs, that we're not meeting? And so then it's almost as though they see it as the Black community saying, well, up yours, we're going to do whatever we want to do. And so then that's the way it's seen, and so I think whatever it is you want to accomplish needs to be communicated better to different cultures, because if other cultures follow your example, then you're going to have a Latin American gay pride, you're going to have a white gay pride, you're going to have an Asian gay pride, you're going to have a Jewish gay pride, you're going to have, transgender gay pride. You see what I'm saying? Cool. And so what's going to happen is what is happening to our political voice as a gay community, and it's being splintered. And so. And I understand, I read the history on Black Gay Pride, and I know why it started, and actually it started in '69. And so...
the first original thing, but the first celebration.
But I'm just saying, just as someone from a different culture, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that, and so I just wanted to come and let you know what I mean?
No, that's perfect. That's what this is about.
And and it's interesting because these other cultures are offended by it, and I'm saying, well, then, and I would just say, well, let's find out and let's talk to people. Let's find out what's going on before we make any judgment at all. So
I got an answer for you.
Okay.
The simplest answer to the first part of the question is, was it not good enough? No, it wasn't. That's the first part of the question, because historically here, before Black Gay Pride was created, the pride that was created did not really involve the African American members of this community or the Latino members of this community around that creation table, around the board table to say, what type of events, what type of entertainment, what type of discussions. If we do discussion groups and if we have breakout sessions, what does the diverse community need to see and want to see in order for you to be a part of? That was never a discussion, and numerous people in the community did try to make that way around that table. But another piece of it is no different than every year we have the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. You do not see all these other communities walking in that parade. You don't see the Asian community, even though they have their own festival. The Greek Yazoo Festival is getting ready to come up in September. You don't see them having a float or even showing up to march in that parade. And if any day that unity should be prevalent amongst above any and everything else, that should be that day, but you don't have that. The Latin community does have the Latin American Festival. Matter of fact, they have two that they have a year. So that is an excuse that comes from not inviting people around the table and saying, you know what, I don't know why they're so upset.
Well, I think that, and understanding what Pam is saying, and still understanding, I think that it's very important that we all embrace our cultures. I understand. I don't understand why our cultures cannot be, embraced within one Pride celebration, and that's embracing everyone. And understanding that sometimes it comes down to the dollar. Maybe there's certain promoters who are not, or sponsorships that are not interested in supporting certain type of cultures or certain type of events. I think that it comes back to, even the reason why we had to have affirmative action is because we did not have an equal stance, and it wasn't so much that we just wanted to pull and it wasn't enough and we wanted to celebrate and do our own. If you're not including us, if you're not making us a part of that, everybody has to open the doors.
Yeah.
But then the other part about the flip side to that is Black Pride doing the same thing that Capital or General Pride is doing. Do we reach out to those other cultures? Do we ask them to have a float? On Martin Luther King Day, do we go to these different cultures and say, hey, look, you know what? He not only fought for us, he fought for you, he fought for Lulu, he fought for Brazil, he fought for everybody.
Yes, he did.
Pun intended.
Right.
Absolutely.
But